Good evening, councillors, officers and guests, and I will note including multi-time former Mayor Christine Henderson in the audience as well tonight. My name's Darren Fuzzard. I'm the CEO of Mount Alexander Shire Council, and in accordance with the Local Government Act, it is my duty and privilege to oversee the first part of the proceedings tonight for the election of a mayor. So welcome to you all. And can I start by acknowledging that we're meeting on Jara country, of which the members and the elders of the Jara community and their forebears have been custodians for many centuries and have performed age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal. Can we acknowledge their living culture and their unique role in the life of this region? I'll also note that council meetings are audio and video recorded and they're made available to the public via electronic media, including YouTube. I'd like to note that all 8 councillors are present here tonight and there are no apologies or leaves of absence. Councillors, noting that there's no such thing as a declaration of conflict of interest in relation to the election of a mayor or a deputy mayor, I take it we have no declarations tonight. A little bit of reading here for you, so bear with me. For the mayoral term, which is the first order of business for you tonight, councillors, under section 26(3) of the Local Government Act 2020, before the election of a mayor, a council must determine by resolution whether the mayor is to be elected for a 1-year or 2-year term. In accordance with the Act, where council does not otherwise nominate a term of office for the mayor, the mayoral term shall be for 1 year. And in accordance with section 9.5.6 of the governance rules, should council choose to establish the role of a deputy mayor, then it shall do so for the same period as the mayoral term. I have a recommendation, councillors. Do I have a motion? Councillor Maltby.
I'll move the council elects the mayor for a 1-year term.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Cordy. All those in favour? Thank you. It's carried. Okay, the election of the mayor. So in accordance with section 9 of the governance rules, I, as chairperson, must invite nominations for the office of mayor and confirm acceptance of the nominations with the nominee for the ensuing mayoral term. Pursuant to the provisions of the Act, the election of mayor shall be by show of hands and must be elected by an absolute majority of councillors, which means the number of councillors greater than half the total number of the councillors of a council, which equals 5. If an absolute majority of the councillors cannot be obtained at the meeting, the council may resolve to conduct a new election at a later specified time and date. In accordance with section 25(6) of the Act, if only one councillor is a candidate for the mayor, the meeting must declare that councillor to be duly elected as mayor. And I do note there will be an opportunity for councillors to respond and congratulate the incoming mayor after the election. So with that introduction, councillors, do I have a nomination? Councillor Maltby.
I'll move the council elects Councillor Hayden as the mayor of the Mount Alexander Shire for the mayoral term.
Thank you, Councillor Maltby. Councillor Hayden, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I accept the nomination.
Thank you, Councillor Hayden. Do we have any other nominations?
Thank you, CEO. I'd like to nominate Rosie Anir for mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Maddock. Councillor Anir, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Anir. So we will have an election, and in order of those who were nominated, I'll first call for those in favour of Councillor Hayden. Please put your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you. On that basis, I declare Councillor Hayden our new mayor. So I will ask Councillor Hayden and Councillor Maltby, if you wouldn't mind assisting, to take a moment to put on the robes, and we might invite the family up to have a couple of photos. Then we'll come back and there'll be a chance for the councillors to offer their congratulations and comments to our new mayor, and also the mayor will then respond to those comments. Thank you. Would the family like to come up for a couple of quick photos?
It's really cool. I love the robe. It is quite warm.
Thank you, Mayor. I invite you to take your seat at the head of the table to lead the rest of the meeting. But before you do take over, as I said, I would like to invite any councillors who wish to pass on their congratulations to our new mayor to do so now. Councillor Anea.
Mayor Hayden, it has been such a pleasure working with you this year and really been nice to get to know you more. I appreciate your insight so much and how differently we think, but how we're able to have just excellent chats. I know you're going to be a wonderful mayor and I wish you all the best in the year ahead.
Councillor Walker.
You certainly offer my congratulations. In the time I've got to know you, I've certainly learnt to appreciate your depth of knowledge, your analytical skills. I think you're one of the most polite people I've ever met in my life. And knowing that you come with experience of having been president or chairperson of community structures makes you very well placed. I'm sure we'll work together well.
Councillor Haswell.
I thought I should put my hand up early because otherwise all of the great points get covered and there's not much left to say. But yes, ditto to Councillor Anea and Councillor Walker's comments. I also think it's really inspiring to see a first term councillor step up into the role, and obviously having been in the role of Deputy Mayor for a year and serving with Councillor Anir as Mayor. I have every confidence in your ability, and I also think it's fabulous to have somebody in the seat who has a very broad knowledge of the Shire and deep connections, both in Castlemaine but also across the broad Shire. So congratulations, and I'm sure we're all excited for the future.
Thanks, Councillor Huswell. That's very kind. Thank you.
Councillor Cordy.
Thanks, CEO. Congratulations, Mayor Hayden. I'm sure you'll do a great job. It looks easy when things are going well, but it doesn't always go well. But you've got a wonderful group of councillors, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the role and do a fantastic job. It's a real credit to you to become Mayor of Mount Alexander Shire, and yeah, I'm sure all of the councillors will totally support you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Cordy. Thanks.
Councillor Matic.
Thank you, CEO. Congratulations, Mayor Hayden. I have to look at your surname for a second. Yeah, look, I think there's many things that are impressive and that make you well suited to the job. What hasn't been outlined yet, I think, is just the level of dedication to the community on a day-to-day basis. Always busy in the community or in here, and also availability and hearing us out. Always answer the phone, always keen to discuss an issue, even if you don't agree with me. And they're very good things in a mayor and a councillor. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you.
Thanks, Councillor Matic. I look forward to further conversations where we might not agree.
Councillor Driscoll.
Thanks, CEO. Mayor Hayden, congratulations. We don't always agree on some things, but when we do argue the toss, you're always fair and reasonable. And I'm looking forward to those historical anecdotes that you come up with, which I really like, come out of left field, and the knowledge, and I know the passion you have for the community, I think is fabulous. So I think you'll have a great year. I agree with other councillors. You'll have a lot of support from us, and congratulations and well done.
Thanks, Councillor Driscoll. Thanks very much.
And Councillor Maltby.
Councillor Hayden, congratulations. There's no doubt that you're a major contributor and a team player, and I'm sure that you will work with us and within reason control us.
Thanks, Councillor Maltby. Thanks, everyone. If I might just respond quickly. I had a few words prepared, but I probably don't need them. First, I want to say how great it's been to serve under Mayor Anir for the first 12 months. There's no way I'd be in this position with the experience and the confidence to even nominate for this role without having served under Mayor Anir. And I've learned a lot about council process, but also about the mayoral role, thanks to Rosie. And indeed, they are very big shoes to fill. Rosie's commitment to the people of Mount Alexander is well known and celebrated thither and yon throughout the Shire. Rosie's a very beloved and well-known mayor, and I think that this last 12 months, maybe one day at another venue, Mayor Anir can elaborate on the difference between the first time you ran as mayor and the second time. But I feel like being on the inside this time, I've been so impressed with your work and for keeping us in the loop and for working with us. People often ask me, how's council going? And I always say, we're so blessed to have such a great organisation, to work for such a good shire with great staff, well directed, accomplished, professional, thoughtful and friendly organisation. I'm so impressed by how dedicated and hardworking the officers, the managers, the coordinators, the directors, the whole executive is here at Mount Alexander. The quality of the reporting, the clarity of the insights that we get from the teams in these buildings is outstanding. So I often tell people that I feel blessed that my experience in this chamber is one of positivity and confidence. and that I'm finding my time really rewarding and productive. But I also like to explain that we are really lucky to have such a happy team of councillors here. And as those very kind words you all expressed, I've no doubt, just as Mayor Anea had no doubt, that we could always rely on your support and advice when needed. We are all quite different people. We come from a diverse range of backgrounds. We have different views, but we respect each other. We work well together for the betterment of this beautiful land. And finally, it's, I guess like everyone around the table, we've all had our successes. This, for me, is really the greatest honour of my life. This is extraordinary. To be elected mayor of the towns and the countryside that I love so much is really humbling and moving. And it's so great to be in a team of fellow councillors who are all so passionate and loving of the communities around us. My door as mayor is always open. I'll probably be here quite a lot because, as everyone knows, I'm not really a fan of working from home. After 1 year, we've demonstrated, I think, that we're an effective and a thoughtful group of people. And I very much look forward to building on the momentum that Mayor Anea was able to generate in that first year. Lots of important topics: housing, aged care, waste management, safer roads, active transport, promotion of local business, arts, tourism, and all that vast potential that this shire affords. We're fortunate that we live in such a popular place. So many people want to come to live here. And we've all expressed in our first year how much we want to do to try and help the housing situation in our shire. And we've also expressed our desire to work towards a sustainable, human-centred development approach in the Shire, with the biodiversity strategy and action plan on the horizon. And our next steps in our carbon neutrality journey are upon us. I really look forward to a renewed focus on the natural world and protecting our unique environment here. So thank you very much, everyone. Special thanks to my family, my beautiful wife and daughter. Thank you for your support. It means the world. Let's crack on. Yeah. Can I invite outgoing Mayor Rosie to say a few words in the form of a verbal report?
Thank you, Mayor. I had put a little sentence here that just said, say nice things here, but I've expanded upon that and will expand upon it a bit more because there are a lot of really nice things to say. I mean, it's mostly thank yous, honestly. I think it's been a big year. The first year of a new council is always big. There's a lot happening quite quickly, a lot that we have to do quite quickly. We have to all get to know each other and start trusting each other so quickly. And, it's a lot. I think we are lucky, as the Mayor said, that we do have a relatively happy council where we are all willing to put in the effort to get along, and we're able to have the difficult conversations, but still be friends or friendly, at least afterwards. So I think, what would I like to say? I mean, I've already said it, but first, thank you to Toby, who was my deputy mayor, and I think was just a fantastic support for me. I really appreciated that you were, always available to support me as needed, to step in as needed, to have conversations about how how I should manage things. That was very, very appreciated, and it's always wonderful to have that kind of relationship with your deputy mayor. I think it's a really important thing, and I really thank you for everything that you offered during this year. To all the other councillors, it's been wonderful getting to know you all. Some of you I already knew from the previous council, but I think with every new council, it shifts. This council is not the same as the last council, even though 4 of us are back here again. And I think each of us brings our own experiences, our own values, our own insights, our own thoughts. And that's great. That's the way it should be. We don't always agree on things, but gosh, it would be boring if we did. And I think very unrepresentative of our community if we were always on the same page. In terms of the mayoral role, and I've told this story before. So I grew up here. This is my hometown and my home shire, and it's somewhere I feel very strongly about. Even though at one point I hated it so much here that I was willing to go overseas to live in London, which was shocking. But I thought I'd never come home. I bought a one-way ticket and I thought I'd never come back. So it was a real pleasure to come back and to slowly fall in love with the place again when I was a bit more grown up. And obviously raising kids here is beautiful, and there's just such a lot of good things. But when I was a teenager, and I did have a really bad time as a teenager. I was really unwell, but I used to joke with my quite naughty friends that I would be the mayor one day, and it was absolutely a joke because at that time, there was no way that I thought that somebody like me could ever be the mayor. I thought, I really didn't see good things in my future, and I didn't feel that I would ever have that kind of value to be able to work in a role, a leadership role, really. So it's been a pretty incredible journey for me to, with your support, be mayor of this shire again for a second time. And it has been really different. And I absolutely will unpack that further one day because, things change rapidly. And the world that we're living in now is very different from the world even a couple of years ago. I think the other things that have just been absolutely joyful in this role is the time that I get to spend with council staff. And it's particularly the CEO and our directors, the governance team, who honestly just keep me going when I'm not having a good day, and to many, many other council staff who just, they show up for me as much as I show up for them, and that's a very special thing. There's a lot of thanks to, and I've added a some here, some community members for their support, because it isn't everyone, and it would be unrealistic for me to think that it's everyone. But for those people who have been understanding, patient, willing to understand that, council is its own particular thing, and it can be hard work at times. And for the people who've said thank you, oh my gosh, it makes such a difference. In my personal life, it's got to be my family, my kids particularly, for sacrificing their mum for another year, and my own mum and dad, who basically stepped up to fill the gap where I wasn't when I was out being the mayor, and enabled me to do that again. I think reflecting back, we have achieved such a lot in this first year of our council, including adopting our first budget together, which is huge. It is such a big thing, and this year was hard. We also created and adopted those two big pieces of work that really guide our next 4 years, the council plan and the municipal public health and wellbeing plan. And they are huge again. It is such an achievement. And I think back on everything that we have done this year collectively, it's pretty cool. I think we should be very proud of ourselves. And I am definitely proud to have been the mayor for that first year. It has been challenging at times, but it's just such an honour. And I think, as you said, it is one of the greatest things that you will do in your life, especially because, like me, this is your hometown and your home shire, and that's very, very special. I think one of my favourite things about it all is getting to go out into the world and tell other people about how great our shire is, and how great our communities are, and how great our council is, and to celebrate all the things that are happening here that are amazing, and the fact that, almost anything, I think, is possible here. People just do things, and it's amazing. But also to advocate for the things that we know we need, the things that are not working, the people who are not having their needs met, and getting to go out and have those conversations with the people who could potentially make a difference, and getting to share my excitement and my love for this place is it's been pretty nice. So again, thank you for allowing me to be mayor for the previous year. It's been challenging, and it's been beautiful, and I'm really glad that I had the experience. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Anea. Thank you. So we'll move on now to the election of the deputy. In accordance with Section 20A of the Act, Council chooses to appoint a deputy mayor. In accordance with Section 9.5 of the Governance Rules 2023, such election must follow the same process as that applied to the election of the mayor. Pursuant to the provisions of the Act, the election of the deputy mayor shall be by show of hands and must be elected by an absolute majority of councillors, which means the number of councillors which is greater than half the total number of the councillors of a council, which is 5. If an absolute majority of the councillors cannot be obtained at the meeting, the council may resolve to conduct a new election at a later specified time and date. In accordance with Section 25(6) of the Act, if only one councillor is a candidate for deputy mayor, the meeting must declare that councillor to be duly elected as deputy mayor. There will be an opportunity for councillors to congratulate the incoming deputy mayor after the election. So, do I have a nomination for, yes, Councillor Maltby?
I'll move the council appoints a deputy mayor and elects Councillor Driscoll as the deputy mayor of the Mount Alexander Shire Council for the mayoral term, noting that the deputy mayor may exercise any of the powers of the mayor if the mayor is unable for any reason to attend a council meeting or part of a council meeting, or the mayor is incapable of performing the duties of the office of mayor for any reason, including illness, or the office of mayor is vacant in accordance with Section 21 of the Local Government Act 2020 during absences of the mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. Do I have, oh, I beg your pardon, do you accept the nomination, Councillor Driscoll? Okay. Do we have any other nominations for, yes, Councillor Walker?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Rosalie Haswell to be Deputy Mayor in accordance with the provisions just previously stated.
Thank you, Councillor. And Councillor Haswell, do you accept the nomination? Okay. So we will proceed by show of hands for the first person nominated, that's Councillor Driscoll. So all those in favour of electing Councillor Driscoll as Deputy Mayor? Okay. And all those in favour of electing Councillor Haswell as Deputy Mayor? Okay, so we'll pause for a moment and I think rather than electing another time and date, we might just take a moment to consider and put that question to the chamber again. Of course, there are, as I read out earlier, there are provisions for us to conduct this election at a later time. If I can ask again, for those who support Councillor Driscoll as Deputy Mayor, show of hands please for Councillor Driscoll. Okay, so I declare Councillor Driscoll has 5 votes and is duly elected Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor Driscoll. Yeah. So would anyone like to offer some words? I know I have some words of congratulations for Councillor Driscoll. Would anyone else like to jump in first? Yes, Councillor Anea.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Driscoll, we've had a good run. I think we've gotten to know each other pretty well over the last 5 years. You were my deputy mayor, I was your deputy mayor. We have a good working relationship. I know that you are always prepared, you always put in the effort, you are always available. You take this role very seriously, and I know that you'll be a fantastic support for the mayor. So congratulations.
Thank you, Councillor Anea. Councillor Hastwell.
Congratulations, Councillor Driscoll, Deputy Mayor Driscoll. Yeah, so as Councillor Anea has spoken, your experience in this council is quite substantial. I think also some of the qualities that stand out are your deep knowledge, a very thorough knowledge around governance issues, and your significant contribution to community across a whole range of areas. So I think we have a strong team here, and congratulate you and look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Councillor Councillor Walker.
Yep, certainly in the 12 months we've started working, it's been good to meet you and get to know with you. A very personable person, as stated. Your insights of previous experience on council and company directorship and governance, I think, is very positive and valuable, perhaps almost unique amongst the councillors here. And I certainly look forward to continue to work with you in building the partnership.
Councillor Cordy.
Congratulations, Deputy Mayor Driscoll. You've done some fantastic work in the time we've been on council together, particularly in the affordable housing. But you've been an excellent councillor representing your community. And the other thing that's always impressed me is your involvement with Workspace, a business incubator. It's a wonderful organisation and you've had a long term there. So I'm sure you'll do well as deputy and wish you all the best for the term. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Cordy. Yeah, Councillor Maddock.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor. Deputy Mayor Driscoll. Yeah, seconding what everyone else has said, particularly around diligence. We can always rely on you to have read everything cover to cover in every detail, and that's it's good to have you on the team, and I think you'll do well. Good one.
Thanks, Councillor Maddock. Councillor Maltby.
Thanks, Mayor. Councillor Driscoll, congratulations. I know you'll continue the work that you've done over the last 6 years and leading us as well. And I know you'll give our new mayor a great assistance when he needs it. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Maltby. It's been great to get to know you over the last 12 months, and I'm really looking forward to working with you, the Mayor, Deputy Mayor team, Deputy Mayor Driscoll. And just to echo those points too, like outside of the council chamber, we all have diverse lives, and you're no exception. You do a tremendous amount in your community, and that's well respected and well regarded. I think that we're really well placed to kick on with this second year, and I'm so thrilled for you. Thanks again, Deputy Mayor. Deputy, would you like to make a response, Deputy Mayor?
So first of all, thank you, councillors, for your support. And Mayor, I think you're going to do a fabulous job, and I'll be there as your wing person. I'm in here. It says I have the power if the mayor's unable or incapable. I don't think I think I'll have a pretty easy time this year, because I think you're very enthusiastic and know what you're doing, and we already get on with each other pretty well and talk to each other. So I'm here to support you and the other councillors here. And as everybody else has said, I think we're diverse around the table here. We think differently, but at the end of the day, we get to a decision, which I think is normally good decision. So thank you for your support.
Excellent. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Wonderful. Yeah, so we'll take a photo in a minute. We'll just, I'll declare this meeting closed at 6:36, and then we will get on with our ordinary meeting of council.